When you think about the legal profession, you probably picture tradition, right? Old school precedent, dusty leather-bound books, an image of stability. But behind the scenes, there's a quiet and really powerful revolution going on, one that's swapping out all that paper for pixels and, well, rewriting the very code of justice. So let's dive in and see what that actually looks like. To really get a feel for just how big this shift is, we have to start where it all began. For the longest time, the law didn't live in the cloud. No, it lived in filing cabinets. It was a world made entirely of paper. I mean, just look at this. This picture pretty much says it all. Every single case, every contract, every little piece of evidence was a physical document. Law offices were less like offices and more like archives, just packed with shelves of binders and filing cabinets. The work itself was this slow, manual grind of sorting, filing, and digging through these massive stacks. So what was the result of all that? Well, in one word, inefficiency. Just finding a single document could take hours, maybe even days. And that, of course, translated to super high costs for clients who are getting billed for all that painstaking manual labor. It was incredibly laborious and made analyzing information quickly pretty much impossible. So this system, which had worked for centuries, was clearly hitting its limits. It really begged the question, is there a better way to handle this absolute mountain of information? And the answer, as we're about to see, was a huge, resounding yes. And here it comes. Enter the digital revolution. And with it, this whole new category of tools designed specifically to solve these exact problems. We call it legal tech.
So what exactly is legal tech? It's a pretty broad term, but at its core, it's basically any technology or software that's built to help law firms and legal pros work smarter, not harder. It's all about streamlining those old, clunky processes we were just talking about.
And right at the heart of this solution is this, the Digital Hub. This is legal case management software, and it's basically the new command center for any modern law firm. Literally everything that used to be on paper now lives right here on this screen. So what does a system like this really change? Well, think about it. Those messy stacks of paper, they become instantly searchable digital files. A lawyer trying to remember every single date is now replaced by automated deadline tracking. It handles all the billing, it simplifies communication with clients, and, this is really the cool part, it can even analyze case data to spot patterns that a human might totally miss.
But hey, this revolution isn't just happening behind the scenes in some law office. It's now transforming the most sacred space in the entire legal world, the courtroom itself.
And you can see the difference right away. This is not your grandfather's courtroom, that's for sure. It is wired from top to bottom. There are screens everywhere for the lawyers, the judge, the jury. Digital evidence can be thrown up on screen instantly for everyone to see, and the whole thing can be recorded and archived with perfect clarity. It's a complete redesign for the information age. And maybe the biggest change of all is this: remote testimony. An expert witness doesn't need to fly across the country anymore. Nope. They can appear live on a screen just like this, which saves a ton of time and money. This fundamentally changes how evidence is gathered and presented, and it makes justice way more accessible and efficient. Okay, so we've got all this incredible new efficiency, but with any massive shift like this, it's not all smooth sailing. This new digital world brings with it a whole new set of promises, but also some very, very real challenges.
So the promise, of course, is huge. Faster cases could mean lower legal bills for you and me, and lawyers now have data to help them build much stronger arguments. But the other side of the scale holds some serious weight. There's the digital divide. I mean, what about people who don't have reliable internet? And then you've got new cybersecurity risks in protecting all this sensitive legal data. And maybe most importantly, how do we make sure justice stays human-focused when so much of it is happening through a screen?
So why does any of this matter to you? Well, because the impact is direct. This whole shift could mean that getting legal help actually becomes faster and more affordable for everybody. It means our court systems can stay open even during major disruptions. And it means we all have a stake in the brand new questions this raises about fairness, about privacy, and about what justice really looks like in a digital world. This all brings us to the future, because this transformation, it is far from over. So what's next on the horizon for law in this new digital age? This timeline really puts it all into perspective. We've gone from a past that was all about paper and precedent to a present filled with digital files and virtual courts. But the future?
The future is pointing towards something even more revolutionary. Think artificial intelligence that can analyze case law to predict outcomes, and routine legal tasks becoming completely automated.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating final question. As technology starts to handle more and more of the data and the process, what is the core, irreplaceable role of the human lawyer? Is it empathy, strategy, ethical judgment? That's the big question we're all going to be answering in the decades to come.